I did not even hear you come in. What's up? What's that? Hold on. You want what? You want more dating stories? Okay. Well, let's get it on. Alright, so today's dating story is called Turns Out Lies Do Come True. And I'm just interested to see what kind of lies are coming true. I don't know if this is magic, I don't know if we're wiggling our nose or if this is just some straight up karma that's gonna hit somebody, but I am interested. So sit down. I know you want to see me gaming, but sometimes we gotta step out of our comfort zone, okay? So just, relax. There's also there's also a gaming video posting today, so you don't need to worry. Go check it out if you don't want to watch this, but don't be such a grump. Everybody else is here and wants to hang out and listen to dating stories, okay? Alright, so anyways, yeah, turns out lies do come true. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right on in this one, yeah? Alright, so it starts. I went for dinner with a guy after a mutual friend had set us up on a date. For context later on, I am a female. Good to know. The date was awful. We had nothing in common, completely different senses of humor, completely different values, long awkward pauses, just about everything you can think of. Not to mention the fact that he was a show-off and incredibly materialistic. That is not good. Don't be that type of person. Don't be materialistic. Don't be a show-off. Not on a first date. Come on now. Alright, he'd compliment my shoes so that he could tell me how expensive his were. That sort of thing. I was polite, but I knew that there was no way that I would be willingly seeing this man again. And that is your prerogative. That is your choice. You do not have to see this guy again if you don't feel that vibe. It is perfectly fine to say, sorry, I just don't see a future with us. Alright? So, as always, like I always say, be a little bit polite. But, yeah, you don't have to see this guy ever again. Anyways, let's keep going. My friend was giving me a ride home, but couldn't get there for another 30 minutes. To my surprise, given how badly dinner had gone, this guy offers to buy us a drink while we sat and wait. Honestly, I should have just said no thanks. I mean, yeah, you're getting a free drink out of it, I guess, but really, what else are you getting out of it? Nothing. A bad story, because you wrote it right here. But that's semantics. Let's keep going. We get our drinks and sit down at a table when he asks me if he can borrow my phone to send a message to his mother. That's weird. I ask him why. He churns out all this bullshit, and I reluctantly handed over my phone, open on the new message screen, and watch him typing his message. That is really strange. Why would he need your phone to send his mom a message? Does this guy not have a phone? He obviously does, because, y'all met up, right? Am I missing something? This is strange. Anyways, let's keep going. 2 minutes later, he looked horrified. He turns the phone around and shows me that you need to put the pin to get into the sent messages. What? He demands that I give him my pin and even says he's not giving the phone back until I do, throwing in some shit about he doesn't like people having his mother's number. I made it abundantly clear to him that I have no interest in his mother or her number, and that if he doesn't give me my phone right fucking now, then I'm going to create a scene. What is this guy doing? He demanded your phone and is telling you that if you don't give him your PIN to your phone, which is private information, that he's not going to give you the phone back? Wow, this guy's got issues. This guy's got more than one issue. He's got like a laundry list of issues. Good God. What is wrong with people? What's wrong with people? Answer me that, please. Down in the comments. Alright, so let's see. Lost me place. Okay. After 5 minutes, he hands me the phone, and I look to see that this loser has sent himself a message from my phone. What? It reads, "Thank you so much for buying such an amazing dinner, and thanks for the BJXX." Like kiss kiss. I glare across the table at him, and he turned bright red and is giggling. I continue to stare until he tells me that it was a joke. That it was a joke? What fucking kind of joke is this? Oh my God, this... Run! Run! After a few more seconds of tormenting silence, I ask him, "Why would I thank you for a blowjob?" He squirms, he's bright red again, and once again tells me it was a joke. This time I laugh, making it very obvious it's at him and not with him. This is one of the few chances where being a little bit rude is okay. This guy is some sort of maniac. This guy is just... Is this his first date? Is this guy's first date? You don't do this. Please, guys out there, don't do this. Girls, too, don't do this. Don't demand somebody's phone. Ask for their PIN. Say that you're not going to give it back. And that you're going to... And then he sent himself a message saying thanks for the BJ? That makes no sense. Not only is this guy crazy, he doesn't understand how things work in reality. Alright? You're thanking him for a beat. Anyways, okay, alright, let's see where it goes. So I said, "You know that it sounds like I had you sucking my silicone ding dong, right?" More squirming, but now he's telling me to delete it. I stand up, tell him I'll be playing along to his little lie, and be telling everyone, including our mutual friends, that he's into that type of shit, and I leave. Oh, just don't actually do that, though. Don't actively start drama. Alright, please? Please? Obviously, I didn't go around telling people that... Oh, thank God. Okay. Good. Obviously, I didn't go around telling people that. I just wanted him to sit in the consequences of his own stupid actions. Thankfully, I've never heard from or saw him again. That is fucking cringy hilarious. What is this guy's deal? What did he... First of all, what did he think was going to happen? What did he actually think was going to happen? Did he think that you were going to read this message and be like, "Oh, you know what? I do want to do that." It's not how shit works. It's just not. I'm telling you, I'm thinking that this is this guy's first date, and that he's never been good with girls, and that he's been watching too much TV, I don't know. This one baffles me. I really, truly don't know. I really, truly don't know about this guy. Alright, let's scroll down just a little and look at the comments, because that's the end of the story. Alright, so one person says, "Some people just aren't smart enough to fuck around." In quotations. I don't quite understand that. They're not smart enough to fuck around. I know, like, fuck around and find out. Maybe, did you mean, like, not to fuck around? I don't know. I don't get this. I'm sorry. Next comment. Okay, so this person says, "How on earth has nobody snapped up this Prince Charming?" I think you dodged a bullet, OP. 3 red flags. Dude, not just 3 red flags. That's like 1,000 red flags in one. In your text messages. Dear God. But I agree. How has nobody snapped up this Prince Charming? And I do agree with them. I think that you dodged one hell of a bullet there. My God. All right, next comment. This person says, how did you let it get that far? Why didn't you just leave the second he asked to use your phone? I mean, I'm guessing you're trying to, not just hurt this guy's feelings, because at the very beginning you said, like, that you knew that it wasn't, that there was nothing there, that you weren't ever gonna see him again. So you're being polite, you got a free drink out of it. So, I mean, in a sense, good on you, because you were trying to be friendly, you're trying to be polite, but with that politeness being given, this guy turns around and writes one of the dumbest fucking things that he could have from you to him, saying, thanks for the BJ? I'm guessing you don't have a ding-dong, right? I mean, and if you did, that's fine, but I mean, I can tell by the way that you're writing that you don't. But why would he word it that way? I mean, even if he worded it the other way, saying, like, it sent himself a message from you saying, I really enjoyed giving you a BJ, that's still not good. That's still fucking painfully not good. Oh my God, I am so super sorry that you had to deal with a person like this. Just know that not every guy, and I think that you do know this because you seem like you're pretty clever, as at the very beginning you already knew that this guy wasn't for you. You already knew that this guy was kind of crazy, show-offy. He obviously has some self-confidence issues, because the first thing he's doing is like asking you about your shoes so that he can tell you how expensive his are. And I'm guessing that there are more things like this. Bet you this guy rolled up in there with a chain around his neck, or possibly like a Rolex, because I highly doubt this guy can actually afford a Rolex. But oh my God, I am absolutely, positively, exponentially sorry that you had to deal with somebody like this. I hope that this guy does not continue this type of behavior, because if so, he's not gonna get a date. He's just not. He's not gonna continue getting dates. He's not going to land a girl, like a girlfriend, with these type of moves. And these aren't even moves, these are mistakes. I can't see any, I'm trying to think right now, and I cannot think of any reason why you would ever ask somebody on a first date, or ever, for their phone, the PIN to their phone, state that you're not going to give it back unless you give them the PIN. That is psychotic behavior. That is like 1,000 red flags before he even sent the message. And I know that you already knew this, like I said. Ooh, just be glad that you fucking made it out of there, okay? Be glad. Be ecstatic. I'm ecstatic for you that you never have to talk to this guy again. Now, I will say there's one really good thing that came from this. And that's this story. My God, this guy is a fucking creep weirdo, and just all around does not know how to talk to people. What would his mom think? I wish you had his mom's number now. That way you could have taken a screenshot and sent it to her and been like, is this the type of boy that you raised? Because you might need to re-raise his ass. He might need to go back to kindergarten of human mentality. Not school, just human mentality. Because if they raised him to think like this type of attitude is acceptable, bad on them. But he's an adult now, so bad on him. What a fucking creep. I'm so sorry. I keep apologizing for this guy. Fuck this guy, alright? I know that you deserve better, because you were ready to get out of there like after probably the first 10 to 15 minutes, if not sooner. So anyways, keep chugging along, keep being awesome, and I promise you, you're gonna find somebody, because you sound fucking smart, and that's what good guys are looking for. Smart girls. This guy's not a good guy. This guy's a dumbass. you seem like a good person because you stuck around for way too long, and you're smart as shit. All right, so you're gonna go far in life whenever it comes to relationships. I can already tell. So, good job. I applaud you. I really do. And I hope that you never, ever, ever have this experience again. Okay. All right. Tell you what, that one was kind of short. Let's do another one. What do you say? What do you say? Okay, so this one is called "Looking Back, This Is Hilarious," and it's actually shorter than the last one. All right, so anyways, let's just go ahead and start with it. In my early 20s, I dated a guy for a few months before deciding to bring him home to meet my dad. It was actually my now ex-boyfriend's idea, and we met at a restaurant. After the initial hellos, my dad asked him what his relationship is like with his mother. That's actually a really good question, and I applaud your dad for asking that, because if it's a shit relationship, if he has a shit relationship with his mom, then more than likely he'll end up having a shit relationship with you, you know? So you really, all you guys really need to, like, take everything that these people say, put it under a little microscope, you know, not a big microscope. Don't overanalyze everything, but just when it comes to, like, when somebody says something, you know, you gotta look at it a little bit in your head. Anyways, let's keep going. My dad asked what his relationship is like with his mom. He looks at me with a smirk, looks back at my dad, and without skipping a beat says, "Well, you could say I was one of the many men inside of her." What? Did I read that right? Well, you could say I was one of the many men inside of her. That's not fucking funny. That's fucking disgusting. My dad and I looked at each other in horror. I would too, and we're frankly just shocked. Now I look back on it and find it funny and thought I should share. Still can't believe he said that so confidently. I can't either. What is up with guys? Is this what it's like for the most part for you girls? I'm so sorry. This is creep after creep after creep. There have been no comments on this one, and you know it could be fake, but I highly doubt it. I hope it's not fake, or maybe I hope it is. I don't know. I guess we're on the Creep Show today. Welcome to the Creep Show, where I'm gonna bring you all the creeps in one fucking story. My God, I'm sorry that happened. I'm glad that you had your dad with you. I'm glad that you actually introduced him to your dad, because if it kept going, who knows how long this could have gone on. It's people like this that make it worse for all of the rest of us. So, I am sorry from the bottom of my heart that you dated somebody like this. I'm so sorry. But hopefully you've moved on. Seems like you have, because obviously, you know, this is from your past and you're posting it now and you find it funny and quite shocking. As would I. So I'm super happy that you introduced him to your dad and went ahead and got that out of the way so that you could just move on, right? And I hope that you've since then found better people, you know, that you've dated. And I hope that you've actually found someone that is now, like, you know, your boyfriend or your husband, you know, because that's what the end goal is, right? It's not to just sleep together. Hopefully it's not just to sleep together, because, I mean, I want to get married. I want to have a family. But these aren't the ways to go about working towards that goal, okay? All of you guys out there who think, like, you know, being clever like this, because it's not clever, is good. It's not. Oh my God, though. My God. I'm so sorry if this is what it's like out there. I hope that, like, a friend didn't set y'all up or anything like that. Like the first person. And with the first person, did that friend not already know that guy was not just awkward, but a little fucking creepy? Why would your friends set you up with somebody like that? It makes no sense unless they were wanting to set you up for disaster. Did you do them wrong? What did you do to your friends to make them send that guy after you? Both of these guys are maniacs. And I am so fucking sorry that y'all have to deal with people like this. I've never had to deal with that, I will say. And I'm happy. I'm happy that I haven't. That breaks my heart for both of you. I'm so sorry. But anyways, my God, with those two stories, I think that's where we're gonna leave it for today. So I hope that you guys had a good time. I hope that you at least got it, a couple of laughs out of this, or maybe learned some lessons on what kind of guys not to go after, or signs to look for, like red flags to look for, because both of these guys just had 1,000 red flags in their back pockets. They just tossed up into the air. So anyways, I hope y'all had a good time. I love each and every one of you, and I really appreciate y'all hanging out. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and ring that bell over there. That way you know when we're kicking it, because I want all of y'all to come and hang out, and for this to be like our little safe space, And feel free to write anything down in the comments, good things, bad things, negative things aimed at me, A-okay. I'm gonna love you regardless, and I'm never gonna be a dick. So, yeah, just go ahead, and if you want to write something down in the comments, I greatly appreciate it, and I'll get back to you as well. So I'd also like to ask you guys, if you wouldn't mind checking out my Patreon, I would greatly appreciate it. It's $1 for early access, and I have stuff posted there months in advance. So yeah, go check that out if you can. If you can't, and you can't afford it, that is a-okay. Just like the video, leave me some comments, and I will be just as grateful for that. But we are trying to build this community up so that we can do bigger and better projects in the future. I want to do films and other things like that, and just other projects with you guys. So I would love for you guys to be along for the ride. So if you want to, that'd be awesome. Anyways, that's where we're gonna leave it. I appreciate all of you hanging out and listening to these fucking stars of stories. But anyways, again, I love y'all. Thanks for kicking it. Till the next time, deuces. And I promise you that I will see you with more dating stories to torture you and myself with in the future when I see you next time. I love y'all. Y'all take care. And please, please, please stay safe. Now get out of here.